Hey guys, this is Alan at Potbelly Performance, and today we're not going to be doing anything performance. Instead, we're going to try and revive an old Honda that's been sitting for like 4 or 5 years. It was owned by a little old lady, and I had just come across it and asked, what she wanted, if she would get rid of it, if she would sell it. And I was currently working on another vehicle of hers, and she basically said, well, that Honda is of no use to me because she can't drive it anymore. It's a 5-speed manual, little 1.6 liter like all of them. It's a 96 model. She's had it since 1998, and it's got 156,000 miles, I believe, on it. 153,000. And basically all I've done, I've already diagnosed the car. This is pre-YouTube channel, so I was just trying to revive it myself because this is what I like to do. I honestly much prefer to bring cars back to life over anything, just over modifications, over anything. I just really enjoy bringing cars back to life. And Hondas, I love Hondas. Have a soft spot for these Hondas because when I was a kid, younger, I had a couple Hondas and they're just really awesome cars. So anyways, picked this up. She gave it to me. She said, I can't do anything with it. It's rotting in my driveway, just sitting there under the trees. And it had a huge red wasp nest right in the door jamb when you open the door. And I don't know how it never got stung, but red wasp love to sting me. I always get stung by them without even provoking them, which I don't know why you would provoke them. Anyways, so mechanically, it really doesn't need anything. It's mostly cosmetics. It's just got some broken things just from being an old car. And, we're just going to do the basics. So, one tail light's broken. We're going to fix that. Headlights, they're not even worth saving. So I bought a new set of headlights for it. The headliner is trash. The headliner literally disintegrated on my first test drive when I got it running. I got it up to like 60 miles an hour and just the wind just tore it all to nothing. It was literally a perfect headliner until the wind hit it, and the wind just destroyed it, and I could not see where I was going. I almost had a wreck. I got lucky. So I had so much dirt in my eyes. But fuel pump wasn't working, so I put a new fuel pump in it. Gas gauge never has worked. I already diagnosed that. That was the fuel level sending unit. It's got 2 sending units in these tanks. It's under the back seat, so it's not a big deal. And so I found a used sending unit because apparently you can't buy new ones. So I'm going to get that put back together. I want to pull the seats out. Basically all the interior trim needs to come out, for one, to do the headliner, and also I want to pull the carpet so I can go pressure wash it, shampoo it, kind of just make it nicer. But door panels are all in good shape. Body's got some issues. Bumper's got some cracks. One thing I kind of want to try, never done it before, is the whole top half of the car. The clear coat is not rotted, but has gone. The clear coat's gone on the top half. And so typically if I'm flipping a car and it needs like a bumper, a hood, something like that, it's not a big deal for me to go have those painted. And then, when I sell the car, that's, kind of rolled into the price of the car. But I didn't get this to flip. I got this just to play with and bring it back to a nice quality vehicle, just kind of bring it back. And, whatever I do with it, when I'm done with it, who knows? I don't know. I'll probably just drive it because I like these cars and just kind of tinker with it. But I want to get, I already have it, but it's 2K, and I'll show y'all 2K, dang, I can't talk, clear coat in a can. And it's a 2-part clear coat. And I've used it before, just not for what I'm about to do with this one. but I'm gonna scuff all the clear off the top of the car, all the old clear, bring it back down to its color, and we're just gonna spray it on there. We'll tape it off and spray it on, and you know, blend it in with a good cut and buff, and I'm gonna do the rest for the car. We'll polish it up on the sides, and you know, see how it comes out. You can't hurt it. It's just a Honda. It's a free Honda, so who cares? It's not a big deal. The tires were in great shape. Kid you not, those are from 2013 if I'm reading the date code correctly. I believe I am. 2013, zero dry rot. They're still soft. Whole bunch of tread. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna just run them because it's no need to fix them, replace them. But in all her glory, so she's not the prettiest thing out there, and it's a 4-door. This plastic, they actually make some stuff. God dang, this tripod. Sorry guys. Anyways, this kind of plastic you can bring back, and Eastwood actually makes a really nice plastic restore. That has been, I've never seen anything hold up like the Eastwood plastic restore is, or how well it does. Anyways, it's pretty bad shape, you know. I got boxes stuffed in here. These are all of its parts. I know y'all can't see what the heck I'm doing. Here's a headliner. And let me see. So, but I'm gonna start with the fuel sending unit, because I need to know how much gas is in this thing. So that's where I'm gonna start, and we'll just go from there. This door doesn't open. It doesn't open from outside or inside. Can't open it. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the door panel off, and you know, we're probably gonna have to put 2 new latches on it, inside and outside latches. And I don't know what all's shown up so far. I think I have everything I need. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I have a fuel sending unit. I just know all the stuff I've ordered for it. You know, a bunch of boxes showed up at the house. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go. Let's get this car out of my driveway and get it into the shop and kind of give her some love. But I hadn't even opened any of the boxes yet. So that's a smooth move, X-Lax. Good job. These are the headlights. Fun stuff. Get that out of there. All right. Let's see if we got all of our stuff first. What is this? I believe that's the Honda emblem. So I noticed the Civic badge was missing on the back. So I found one. I used one, obviously. So got a little Civic badge. We'll put that on the trunk once we do the clear coat. One of those finishing touches situations, I guess. Grab a trash can. We'll put this somewhere where we'll lose it. Perhaps in the trunk. That's another thing. I gotta clean this car up. It's full of years of stuff. And if y'all see me swatting my face, it's because the weather is starting to cool down, and it seems like that's when flies are their worst. That's when they're like you know what? It's time to hatch. It's time to go annoy humans. Anyways, there's flies in the shop, and they very annoying. I don't know what this one is. Some of y'all might be as bad as me, but I'm worse than my wife when it comes to online shopping. I buy so many things that I forget what I order. So we'll see. Let's see what comes in. This is probably, yep, that's what that is. Nothing that really pertains to this Honda. It's a sales brochure for a Beetle because I bought a Beetle for my daughter. And when I buy new cars, I kind of geek out and I buy all their sales brochures. So it's one thing I like. I like literature on cars from when they were new, when they're coming out, you know. For me, I like reviving things because it's like at one point, these cars, or anything, honestly, when it's new, that was someone's baby, you know, like someone really loved that car and spent a crap ton of money on it. And, you know, when they kind of fall, all right, so here's our sending unit. When they kind of fall into neglect, you know, it just kind of blows my mind. People don't want to spend money on them anymore. And for me, I don't have to have the newest vehicle out there. I don't care about tech. All my vehicles that I drive, my wife has one she's got a 16 model Audi. But my truck that I daily drive is a 2000 OBS Chevy 454, and I drive it 50 miles a day. It's not cheap to drive, but it's just what I like. I like old stuff because they run forever. And in the end, all you need is basic transportation, radio, AC, heat, wheels, that's it. You know, and you don't need all the fancy gizmos, or at least I don't. So I don't really care to own anything newer. Anyways, fuel sending unit. This was $200 used. They don't make new ones, so you're kind of at the mercy of whoever's selling it. I don't have any wrecking yards local to me, so I'm pretty well stuck with eBay and stuff like that. So, but eBay's great, especially when you got stuff like this. You find people parting cars out. All right, so sending unit is gonna go first. We'll just lay this on our pristine paint. Hope we don't scratch it. All right, obviously this one's headlights. I did open that one off. Come here. I hope y'all follow along on this Honda because I don't know. I feel like there's people out there that are like me that see old Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, the cars that Cash for Clunkers kind of killed. And there's still some out there, and just, you know, you want to see them come back to life. So I hope there's guys like me, guys and girls like me that want to see this. And I don't even know where to put these without them getting damaged. How about we just leave them in the box? And then we'll take this box, put it in storage room. For when we're ready. Another car I'm pretty excited about. I have a 2006 Audi, a little A3. It's a 2.0 turbo, 6-speed manual. And I got it sitting on my property. I got several vehicles. I got lots of content, so I hope y'all follow along. But I'm pretty excited about the Audi. Bought it off of a friend. Already stripped down. Engine trans already pulled out of it. And, you know, car guys are like, oh yeah, I could save her. So I got that. Redid the engine mostly. I mean, just kind of went through it, made sure it was healthy still, and I am putting it back together. But that's one I'm excited about, just because I really love Audis. I'll own a bunch of them. I don't care. I love German cars. Anyways, it will be coming through. I will be putting the engine trans back in, drop, springs, struts, all that stuff. Basically reviving that Audi. And anyways, I got several things. I got more cars and projects than I have time for. Wipers. Put that up. And in this box, I don't know what's in this box. Let's find out. It's been sitting on my porch for about a week, because that's just how I do things. I buy stuff and lose track of it, and it just sits, and oh man, dang it. So, bought this taillight. Bummer, because this is the only reason why I bought this taillight, and it's brand new. For some reason, I thought I bought a used one, so it didn't look too new on the car. Apparently, I bought a brand new one. Not sure why I did that, because normal Allen wouldn't do that. Dang it. Alright, well, the corner's cracked. They did not package it very well. So guess what we're going to do? You can tell, but we're probably just going to throw some glue on that, because I am not going to go through the hassle of shipping that back or getting an exchange. That's the hassle. That's the downfall to buying online. So we'll put that in storage. Okie dokie, or the chokey. Now, let's move on over to the other side where the door can open, and I don't know, I'm gonna try and get y'all in there in that tiny little car so you can see what I'm doing. I need to try and get the back seat out completely, because it's kind of in my way. There's cars driving by, y'all could probably hear them, and I just heard a car go by, and I could tell it's metal on metal rotors and pads. No pads left. No pads. Little Honda, how do you come out? Okay, maybe we'll just leave this seat back the way it is. It ain't hurting nobody. I think y'all need a different angle instead of looking at my fat back. You'll probably agree, because that ain't no fun. That's not good for views. We don't want that. Can you fit in here? Maybe. Maybe. Cup holder. Hang on, guys. Trying to figure out how to get you in the car. Alright. Can y'all see? Ouch. Tiny cars don't work for guys that are over 250 pounds. Alright. Let's find work light. We need light. Aziz, light. Where did I put my freaking light? Oh, there it is. Bear with me. We are gonna get this. Now, where can we set it? Boom. I'm just gonna set it somewhere magnetic. Dang it. Come on. Alright. Already I see something's a little different. Plug is a different color. Hope that don't mean anything. Shouldn't. This is a beauty to some vehicles. Some of these cars are just so easy. Here's the old pump, or the old fuel gauge. And you can see it has seen better days. It smells like varnish. I don't know why or how the car is running, but the sending in it is no bueno. And I'm not going to try and fix it. It just ain't worth it. So let's get this out of here. Throw that in the trash. Okay, so we are back. Here's our brand newish, slightly pre-owned fuel sending unit. We're just going to drop her in the hole, like so. Get in there. Don't give me any lip. Alright. Okay. What did I do with all my hardware? Do y'all ever just start a project and then come back to it a long time later? Because I do. That's how I roll. And I wonder why I can't find anything. Get our nuts back on there. I think why I enjoy these, just working on cars in general, honestly, like just farting and stuff, it's because it's kind of like a distraction from real life. That light seems to be blinding my camera. Is it too bright? Well, we might just be better off with no light. Hell yeah. Sorry, I try not to cuss because I'd like for this channel to be family friendly. I don't like when people cuss on YouTube channels because my kids are often around and I can't have people just dropping the F word when my kids are in the same room when I'm watching YouTube. So I would like to keep my channel child friendly or family friendly. Alright, tools. Get some tools up in there. Ouch! Son of a jack handle just jumped out and bit me. Alright. Yes, I have power tools with me because I ain't trying to stay in here all day doing this. Torque? What torque? You don't need no torque. Alright. I have a torque wrench for you. Let me get a longer one. Torque wrench engaged. Maybe. Almost. Almost. Almost got it. Click, click. Did y'all hear it? She's torqued. Alright, now for this contraption. I think this is harder than doing the dang thing by itself. There was a ground wire somewhere. I thought body ground. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Because there's not a ground on here. Interesting. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. Let's go. Oh man, even though this is easy, when you're a big guy, easy stuff is even difficult. Alright, let me see if I got what I need. Alright, let's turn around and see if our gas gauge will work. Yeah. Okay, yep, cool. Shrink it down. Say no, because I bet the battery died. What? Battery's not dead? Do we have fuel? Come on, girl. Don't let me down. Maybe it's just that empty. Well, I diagnosed you. Maybe I diagnosed you wrong. Well, guess what we get to do? We get to do it again. Yeehaw. I'm gonna diagnose it again. Alright, can you see? Can you? There you go. Stay. Alright. What I'm gonna do is take the fuel gauge back out, and we're going to put it all the way full and see if the gauge moves, because our fuel might actually be so low that it is empty. It's just running on fumes. Even though I can see in the tank just fine, you don't really know what it's supposed to be just by looking at it. Get it. And yes, I'm using my cell phone for all this, because I have not yet invested in buying a legit camera for this, because I'm just starting and just trying it out. So some images may be reversed depending on what side of my camera I'm using. Alright, let's get this one that was torqued properly. If you don't have wobble sockets, they're amazing. You should have wobble sockets. You can get them at Harbor Freight pretty cheaply. Mine are Snap-on. The Harbor Freights are just as good as Snap-ons. I don't care who you are, because I own both. And I've had more issues out of my Snap-on ones. I've actually had to warranty those. And I've not ever had to warranty Harbor Freights. Alright, so that's full. Let's turn the key on, see what happens. Anything? Ruh-roh. Misdiagnosed. Happens to the best of us. Unless we got a faulty one. Interesting. Is it the gauge cluster? Who knows? Well, now what? What are we going to do about this? I don't know. We're going to get to watch me diagnose a fuel sending unit. Okay. Let's do that. Let's stay right here on this bench. Benchola. Bear with me. Let me get my tripod set back up again. It'll get better, I promise. So you know what I'll do? I'll just freaking buy everything I need once I get fed up with this. You know what? We'll just use old Betty White here as a workbench. This is actually something I should have done in the beginning, and I didn't. I just assumed that this crusty thing was not functioning anymore. All right, so basically the way sending units work, Honda's is a little bit more complicated, but it's not specifically Honda. I don't know what their range is going to be, but we're going to put it on ohms. See that? It's my cheapo depot little voltmeter. We're going to put it on ohms. All right, so we want to see clearly the black wire. You can see, I don't know if it's focusing. The black wire there is on the rheostat. Okay, that's what's getting its measurement. This, I don't know what this is, a pulse damper maybe. All right, so our other wire, the only one that we really care about, get it to focus, is the red wire and the black wire. And we're going to be looking for, oh yeah, that's why I bought a new one right there. So this one is no good. I should have seen that. All right. Hang on. I'm going to grab the other one. Unplug. Somebody is outside my shop. Alright. Well, anyways, so this one, this is how this is supposed to look properly. You see? So red and black wires right there, those two solder joints, that's where I'm going to measure resistance. We want to see that it's moving. And if it is moving, we will measure it up at the plug. Come on. So we got 48 ohms. Need you to get still, sir. So this is just like a GM ohmage. That should be 90. Oh, 108. All right. You could actually get away with a GM sending unit. All right, so next we're going to check resistance at, oh, that's probably why it's not working. Why does it have 3? So those two, and I bet you that center one is ground. I bet you it's because I don't have that grounded to the chassis. Let's find out. So we want to know if we need to see what wires are what here. So obviously this side is probably red. Let's see what our ohms are. That should zero out, and it don't. Okay, that might be ground. That one should zero out, maybe. Let's see what the resistance is of our leads. All right. So about 2 ohms, 2.2. So that is it right there. That's that wire. Okay. And then this one down here, I don't know if I got a good solder point I can go off of. That should go down to 2, even better. Alright, so this one we're going to take from here to here, see if that's connected. It is connected. So I feel like that should probably be grounded. So the sending unit's working. The one thing we didn't do is ground that, but the plug for it is nowhere to be found. I've slept since then. I don't know where that's supposed to go. Obviously it was plugged in. This one was not ever plugged in, actually. This is the original. And you can see on that tab it has never had anything slid onto it. So it was actually not ever plugged in. That one, a little bit harder to tell. That one wasn't plugged in either, so maybe we don't have to have it plugged in. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is now I gotta do what's called a continuity check. We're gonna turn the camera. So now I'm gonna do what's called a continuity check. I'm gonna go between this plug and the plug at the gauge cluster and see if we have a break in the wire somewhere. Is it the gauge cluster? I would really hope for it to not be the cluster, because then I gotta deal with like mileage difference, stuff like that. I gotta buy another part just for the dang fuel gauge to work. So let's go back into the car and see what we can figure out. Get that plugged back in. And who knows, we might just have a bad connection. I'm gonna set that on full. I got that laid over to where it looks full. I'll go in here. Figure out how to get this back in the car to where y'all can see what I'm doing. Okie dokie. Welcome back to the crap show we got going on. Is this got tilt? What? This Honda's so base model. Manual windows, manual mirrors, no cruise, and surprisingly it has power steering and AC. I remember back in my day, these cars, or a lot of your import cars honestly, didn't have cruise, didn't have power steering or AC. Those were all options. That's what I grew up with, and I'm okay with that. All right, so here's our fuel gauge. Oh, those are loose. Well, let me go get a screwdriver real quick. I can't get out. That was probably our problem. I was diagnosing in the past and probably forgot to tighten something up. She ain't making good contact. This is what you get when you start something and don't fix it immediately, you know. Just let it sit for months on end like I do. Okay, can you still see? Yes, you can. Do we have a gauge? Well, it is trying to move. Let me start the car so that fuel pump plugged in. It is moving. Cool. Well, I got the sending unit set to full. Full, yep. So, I guess we're gonna get comfortable, just hang out with each other and watch this gauge come up. It's just about as much fun as watching paint dry, but we're getting a functional gauge, you know. This battery is from 2018, I believe. It doesn't hold a charge very well. Come on, girl. Get up there. That was one slow gauge. I don't even think it's moving anymore. It is not. So I had this gas gauge out when I was diagnosing it, and I had the needle off. And I tried to put it back to where it was. There's a high probability that I don't have it back to where it should be. Well, with the gauge, the fuel sending unit set on full, I can take that back out, reset the needle to full, and should be accurate then. Because if I go empty, let's go empty. Does she fall? And how fast does she fall? Yeah, it falls pretty fast. Cool. Well, at least we know our problem was loose screws. The unfortunate problem is I get to do it all over again. Okay. Come back up. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty tired of smelling old fuel right now. Inside of this car stinks like old gas. I'm gonna have to get new visors. Okay, well, dang. That needle is really hard to pull off. I almost thought I broke it. Actually, yeah, I almost thought I broke it when I did it. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the cluster out. We're gonna go somewhere that's slightly easier to work. And reset it. I don't know if this is the actual mileage on this car. Okay, can you see the mileage? The reason why I say that, that's an LKQ sticker. It's been replaced at one point. And she did say that she had the dealership put a new cluster in decades ago because of gas gauge. The gas gauge was not working. And when I got the car, it had an automatic cluster. It's an automatic gauge piece. I have it somewhere around in here. Used to. But besides the point, that don't matter. Anyways, so I bought another gauge because I didn't want it showing automatic indicators on it, and so I did that. But I'm just hoping that they carried the speedometer head over into the new original cluster, and I'm hoping that's original mileage, but you really never know when people start doing that stuff. But you would think, come with me, you would think, being a dealership, that they would do it correctly. And she always told me that when she lived in that area where there was a Honda Acura dealer, that's the only place she would take it. So it has been maintained. I've found evidence on the car that the timing belt was last done at the dealership. So, all right, so this is the trash one. We're gonna put that back in the trash. Back in the trash you go. We get a screwdriver. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Would have radio on, but you really wouldn't hear me. There's probably some copyright things that would pop up. I don't know how all that works. I'm still fairly new to YouTube. So, I wouldn't say fairly new. I'm very new. I don't even know how to do any of this yet. So, okay, lens is off. This is clipped on as well. Try not to break it. Don't break it. Get off there. Get off there. Come on. Come on. Get off. Get off. Easy. All right. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty there. Now, should I take the gauge all the way out? Or should we go barbaric with a screwdriver? I like the screwdriver method. So that's where it stops, right there. We're gonna move it up to full. Hopefully, without breaking it. Ooh, did not break it. Got lucky. So let's set her to full. I'm gonna say about right there, maybe. Full tank on a Honda. That'll freaking get you a very long way. Okay. Let's move back into the car. Hell, I might just keep y'all out here. Stay out of my car. Let's see what happens. Plug her back in for science purposes. Maybe I'll not learn something from me. Who knows? I kind of just mess with everything. Can y'all see that? Let's check if y'all can see. You can see that. Hey. All right. We have needle set to full. We got this. Nope. Don't do that. Nope. Stop it. All right. Well, it's going up to full. We're gonna go Slide the sending unit down to empty. And we're just making sure it has its full range of motion. So if not, we got a problem. Well, the last oil change, which I've already done an oil change on it, but its last oil change, I'll show you, was 2018. It is currently October 24, and it was due at 155,000 miles. So she had really just gotten the oil change not long before parking it. Throw that in the trash. Anyways, so looks like our gauge is going to be all right now. We can finish putting it together. I'm still going to wait till that goes all the way to empty, just because it looks like it might have stopped. Now, if I have to reset the sum buck again, which looks like I'm going to have to, yep, that's cool. I may do it in the car. So let's just try it while it's got power on the gauge. This is really a situation I created for myself. Don't worry, guys. We'll get her dialed in. Oh, that was very loose. Oop, we don't want that empty. Let's just call her right there on the red. Okay, let's go full. Isn't this so exciting? So much fun. I'm just kidding. I'm just as bored as you guys. But we'll get this sorted out, and then we can move on to the other things. Who knows, maybe I'll just break this up into several parts because there's so much to do. We'll just do bits and pieces. Maybe this video will be called How to Fix a Gauge, and it took us an hour to do it. I feel like there wouldn't be many people that want to fix a Honda fuel gauge. Come on, get to full. I'm going to start this car just so I don't kill the battery. So let's plug in the fuel pumpo. Get her plugged back in. I do not have a charger here. We'll see that. I'm kind of struggling to get that plugged in. Yep. She did. Alright, well, so much for that. Our gauge is still going. Did my mic turn off? Nope, that's the one. I've been having issues with this mic setup. Y'all don't know how many times I've started one of these videos, gone an entire video, and my mic wasn't even connected to my phone. So it's another reason why I don't like it. All right, so that's about as full as that's going to get. I'm going to say we just leave it. I wonder if I could twist that. All right. So I'm going to say we're good. I'll probably speed lapse this part. I don't think y'all want to watch me mess with a fuel gauge for 30 minutes straight. I sure wouldn't. So the two parts that have not shown up for this car yet is the passenger mirror. I don't have. Notice that. So while that's falling, I'll show you another piece. I actually bought a little filler panel. So here's the tail light that's busted. See that? No bueno. This piece, it's metal, obviously, and rusty, and I don't feel like fixing that. I can fix that. I can pop that back out, but I don't want to. So I actually found one on eBay, same color with no dents, but it also hasn't shown up. And I suspect why is because there's currently hurricanes going on right now. Current events at the moment are Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. And the funny thing is, one of those parts, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that one of those parts is coming out of North Carolina. The other part is coming out of, the mirror is coming out of Miami. And I haven't checked any of the tracking yet. Like I haven't checked in probably 2 or 3 days. So yeah, but gauge is fixed. So let's get this popped back together, get our trim back on. We're gonna get fuel pump finally squared away, closed back up, and then I think we can do headlights. How about that? Might be something fun. Oh, all right, so key off. We are el bueno to go. Don't touch it, Alan. Okay. Let's get you put back together. I'm gonna go get the bits and pieces. Not much room in this little shop. I kind of have to just waddle around in here. I was gonna buy everything to restore these because these are all broke up and faded, chipping on the backside. Just from years of use, I've actually found some really nice bezels that would kind of bring that back to life, but I kind of felt like I was maybe getting a little carried away, so I didn't buy them. It's easy to get carried away when you have like passion projects, and I would call this a passion project of mine. I am not modifying anything on it. We are simply bringing her back to life, giving it a second chance. And yeah, who would have thought that, 20 years ago, people would be wanting to bring Hondas back to life. Make sure that's nice and clean with my dirty shirt. I don't want any smudges on the backside, so it makes perfect sense to use your shirt, right? Do. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's break it. There'll be a part 2 to this, and I had to buy a new lens. How to replace the lens on your broken cluster. Need to lose some weight. I know, Fitty. Alright, there we go. Get you put back in your hole. Get in your hole. That's your hole. There you go. You ain't sitting right. Get in your hole. That's your hole. Get in your hole. In your hole. Alright. Maybe longer Phillips. I don't have anything metal to set this on, so that's great. We'll just set it right there, maybe. Can I see? Alright, now, fun part is remembering where all the screws went. We got 3 gold ones, 2 black ones, 2 black ones. There should be more screws. So we are all sorts of prepared. Right, get that out of there. Alright, well, I'm gonna say the 2 black ones. She might not go back with all of her screws. So we'd be missing them. I don't know why we'd be missing them. No one's been in this car. There's a 4th one. Okay. So the gold ones are going to go for the cluster. I found 4. We are in business. Don't freak out, guys. She is 100%. Oh. Okay. Put a little too much on her. Well, my bad, Honda. Sorry. There's a passion project crack. Alright, that's not the hole. We are not professional in here. We are just simply a dude working on a Honda amongst other cars. Alright, can't find the hole there. Let's get this bottom one in. Maybe it'll get her lined up. Hope if I could see where I was going. Alright, not the hole. Yes, I keep a flashlight on me at all times. And that screw is actually not all the way down. There's metal right there, apparently. She sticks. Sticks the landing. What's going on here? What do we got going on? Well, how the hell did I... Sorry. How the heck did I manage that? Screwed it into the dang dash just fine. But I missed the hole. Smooth move, X-Lax. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Ready. I don't know about y'all, but it's a little toasty in this shop. I don't have the doors down or up because of lighting issues. Blinds my camera and y'all can't see. Oh, that was great. The screwdriver just slipped and I scratched the bezel. Scratched the lens. Oh my gosh. Alan, you are just doing great. Trick there is get a shorter screwdriver. Get in there. That is your hole right there. Start screwing. Screw it. Get in there. Get. Go on, get. Got it. That was harder than it should have been. Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat. Okay. I have a feeling this rubber switch needs to be replaced. Alright. What now? Bezel? Oh, a bezel. Engaged. Let's try not to break that. Oh, we almost broke it. Good Lord, Alan. Good Lord. Okie dokie. Or the chokey. We'll put this one up in her. Just like so. Going smooth. That's going smooth. There we go. Got too much light. Now, how to get this back on without breaking it. I think this is loose. Pretty sure, yep. I don't remember, guys. I'm only human. I ain't no machine. I am not one of those guys that pretends to know it all and act like everything is perfect. Because it dang sure ain't. Because some people forget we're all just human. And it's completely normal to screw up. It's not a big deal to screw up. I mean, it can be a big deal. It depends on how big your screw up is, but it's okay to be wrong. I used to think I knew it all. And then I learned nobody likes to know it all. At all. Okay, that's not the hole. I don't know if y'all can even see what the heck I'm doing. Find the hole. Get up in there. Is that it? Feels like it's threading. Yep. Okay. Just one more. And this will be completed. All right, dash is complete yet again. So now let's move back to the back, put our sending unit back in, and the gas gauge portion of this Honda is complete. Actually, you won't go see there. So back in you go. How about that? Got it. Right. Okie dokie, artichoke. Like a dang workout in here. I don't know what you'd call it. Aerobics? I don't know. I know it is not fun crawling around in tiny cars. It's actually one of my least favorite things to do, and it's like a majority of this car that I've got to do. Get in there. Get in there. You can do it. Find your groove. Okay, that's not it. 1, 2. Alright, pivot. Pivot. Pivot right here. Pivot. Maybe. Nope, you weren't that way. You were right here. Get the newts put back on. We'll go for a drive once all this is done. We'll take it back to the 90s. I'll even play 90s music. 90s were really a good time. I know a lot of y'all probably too young to even know the 90s, but it was a much better time, and I could be saying that because I was a kid at that time and a teenager at that time, and I didn't have responsibilities. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. And click, click. Torque to spec. Put that put back in. You'll have to excuse my heavy breathing. Sorry, it's just part of it. There's a reason why we call this Potbelly Performance, okay? Here's the reason. I'm just gonna have to accept it. Sorry. Lo siento. Anyways, back to the 90s. Every generation will think that a certain point in their life is the golden age, golden era for them. The reason being, my thoughts on that are because that's probably when they didn't have responsibilities. They just got to live life without being an adult. And, being an adult kind of sucks sometimes. Actually, a lot of the time. The sad thing is, there's probably going to be, like this generation growing up in the 2020s that think this was the best time to be alive. And I know there's going to be a lot of generations that disagree with that one. And that's a sad thing to say. But the 90s were pretty awesome, and I remember it well. And I would love to go back. Okay, fuel pump, fuel gauge, whatever you want to call it, Dunskies. We are Dunskies. Okay, let's get that put up. All right, we got that part done. So we're like an hour and 15 minutes deep right now on getting this done. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to just break this up into multiple parts, and I think it'll be easier that way, because I don't think many people are going to want to see me take an hour on doing a fuel gauge. So on that note, I am done with this thing for right now for this video. Like, subscribe. I feel like I'm supposed to say that. I don't know. But I would appreciate some support out of all this, because I am putting in my efforts, and I hope you guys can value what I'm doing with the channel, and, you know, modifying cars, reviving cars. So yeah, like, subscribe. That's all for this one. I will see you on the next one. And yeah, this is Alan at Potbelly Performance. I'll talk to you later.